Hello friends. Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you some of the things that I bought at Whole Foods, and I am starting a new health journey. So this is why I wanted to share my keto, low carb ish, heavy on the ish, that the recipes that I'm going to do over the next week. My cat is doing crazy stuff in the background, so excuse me. So I just came from the store. I want to show you some of the things that I bought just to give you some ideas. And then over the next week, I am going to prepare these things and record and share those recipes as well. So the first thing I got was some spring mix. So you can have like a nice little salad that is low, like a salad is one of the most low carb things you can probably think of, as long as you don't put like a bunch of crazy dressing on it. But just some salad already washed to make my life a little bit easier. My goal with this first week of like an earnest effort towards keto, low carb, is to make things easy, because if I'm stressed out and things are hard like to cook or to do, then I'm just gonna order the Chinese takeout. I know myself. The next thing I got was some eggs. So if you're watching this in 2025 and you're in the future, comment and tell me how much eggs cost, because right now in 2025, this dozen of pasture raised, tended by hand eggs was almost $8. It was $7.59. I don't know where the receipt is, but I'm almost positive I remember correctly that this dozen of eggs was $7.59. So because eggs are so expensive, I just go ahead and buy like the highest quality that I can find, because it's like, you know, you can pay $1 or $2 more to get eggs from a chicken that had the opportunity to move around while it was alive. And that seems like a good use of my $2. So if you can, I know, you know, $2 on everything is not feasible, but if you can, then try to vote with your dollars for how chickens are treated before we eat them and eat their young. Okay, the next thing I got is some asparagus. So it's springtime where I am here in the northern hemisphere. And look how big and juicy these asparagus spears are. Look at that. Look at my little fat finger. And then at this asparagus spear. That's fantastic. So I like when they're all thick and juicy like this, because they grill up so nicely when they are thicker. Now my cat is doing some more crazy stuff in the background. All right, the next thing I got was some shrimp. So I will leave the macros for like a serving of shrimp, just grilled shrimp, on the video, like on the screen right now. And I'm very surprised at how much protein is in a serving of shrimp. So I got this serving of shrimp. I think these were on sale. So I think they were maybe like $3.50 or something. It's a pretty good sale for this many. Okay. And then I got some trimmed green beans. So yes, I can trim my own green beans, but if it's easier for me to start eating healthier and to start eating like low carb, if it's just a little bit easier, I will do it. So I got these trimmed green beans. So those will be easy to grill up or just to saute. I got some riced cauliflower. So I noticed that the keto girlies and boys are eating this riced cauliflower. And I found a video of a young lady whose channel I will try to remember to link in the description. She shows you how to make riced cauliflower. So over the next few days when I eat this. I will demonstrate that in another video. You can also check out her video. And she shows you how to make it and make it taste like good. Not like rice, because nothing can beat rice, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so now we have some strawberries. So some strawberries are keto friendly because they don't have as much sugar or carbs. Like berries are apparently keto friendly. So I have my berries. And then I have some yogurt. So this yogurt is actually not for me to like sit and eat with a spoon. I am going to use it to marinate some chicken. So, but I want to tell you about this faje, I don't know. I don't know. How do you pronounce this? Anyway, so I have a coach, a nutrition coach, who is helping me to start with experimenting with keto. And I told her that I'd purchased some Greek yogurt. I think it's Siggy's. So before today, I had some Siggy's yogurt, and they have different macros. Now, this was news to me. In my mind, like when I think of going to go buy milk, right? So in my mind, I never thought that one brand of milk would have different macros than another kind of milk. So that same logic just transferred over to brands of yogurt. But was super wrong. So this Faje yogurt, so this is 5% milk fat. One serving of this has 140 calories, but it also has 14 grams of protein and, let's see, 5 grams of carbs. And the other yogurt that I was eating, again, I think it was Siggy's, but don't quote me on that. It was 14 grams of carbs, even though it said that it was plain and like no flavorings, no fruit on the bottom, like none of that stuff. It still had different macros. And that was another thing that my previous understanding I was incorrect about, because I also thought, well, if it has the same like level of milk fat, like 5% or like whatever, and it's not flavored already, then it would have the same macros. I was so wrong. Interesting. We live and we learn, don't we? All right, so let's look at the next bag. Do you guys want to know how much all of this stuff costs? So you guys know that Whole Foods is notoriously expensive. So all of the things that I'm going to show you, it was like $75. Like, it's rough out here with the grocery prices. The other thing that I'm trying is this mango sparkling water. So the biggest challenge for me is definitely going to be reducing like sugary drink intake. I can not have a Coke, like especially if I'm at home, I don't even buy them. There are no Coca-Colas in my refrigerator right now, or any other kind of like soda. But when I go out, go out to eat, I do love like a soda. Oh my gosh. Like a fountain Coca-Cola, chef's kiss, right? But when I'm at home, I still am a bit naughty because I do love a really nice, freshly brewed sweet tea. And what goes in sweet tea? Sugar. So I am going to try these Sanzo sparkling waters, and these have no added sugar. They do have a little bit of sugar though, because each can is 20 calories and 4 grams of sugar. So there's like, it's 7% fruit juice. So that's where the sugar is coming from. But the 20 calories is less than a tablespoon of just table sugar, because I think a tablespoon of just table sugar is like regular sugar. Granulated sugar is the word I'm looking for. That's 50 calories if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how many carbs is in a tablespoon of granulated sugar, so I will put that on the screen now. But this has 4 grams of sugar. So I have to think that this has less sugar than just like a whole ass tablespoon of granulated sugar. So I'm going to try that as a replacement. The thing that like kind of sucks for me is one of the things that my like nutrition coach said that I could do was to use like stevia. Years ago, I tried to replace sugar, granulated sugar, with stevia, and I ended up with a 3-day migraine. So I have some allergic reaction or whatever to stevia. And like all of the other not granulated sugar sweeteners, except for I can do high fructose corn syrup and I can do monk fruit. Okay, it tastes weird a little bit, but I can tolerate it and I get a headache. So I'm going to try this, and then over time I will become one of those people who just has water with dinner, or maybe unsweetened tea. But if you don't sweeten your tea, it just seems like a waste of tea. Personal opinion. The next thing I have is some cashews. So the cashews have 8 grams of carbs, but 1 gram of fiber. So I guess this is okay. This I don't know. I'm starting out. I'm going to give myself some grace. The other thing I'm going to give myself some grace about is this granola. So this is like one of the in-house granolas from Whole Foods. And I don't know the macros, but it's very tasty and it's going to replace having real dessert for me. All right, we got one more bag. So this is not a food thing. This is just the beauty products were on sale today. So I got myself some exfoliant for my face, but that's not food thing. All right, so the carbiest thing maybe that I got was some potatoes. So I have a recipe that calls for like chicken thighs and potatoes on a sheet pan. So one day when I'm feeling like really deprived, I have like one home cooked thing in mind that I can make with the potatoes because it's my first week and I really feel like I need to be realistic about what I'm going to do. Another carby thing, but it's like fruit, so that kind of helps because it has fiber. So I have some apples. These are Cosmic Crisp apples. And if you are trying to, replace your dessert, so instead of like an apple pie or some delicious cake or something, one thing that I do that is actually satisfying enough to like quell the I want dessert kind of feeling after dinner is I have an apple with some peanut butter, some crunchy peanut butter, and the peanut butter that's just peanuts. Don't get the peanut with all the other weird stuff in it. The peanut butter that is just peanuts tastes so much better than peanut butter that has all this other stuff in it. So, personal opinion. All right. My cat is losing her mind in the background. All right, so I also have some garlic, to help with, sauteing and flavoring things, and an onion. This is either a Vidalia onion or yellow, whatever you have. And then last but not least, I have some unsweetened soy milk. So my second, keeping it in the holster, carby thing that I plan to eat if I'm just like, oh, I need some carbs. The other thing that I plan to eat is going to be some oatmeal. So steel cut oatmeal. I know. I wish it was cake. I do. Probably more than you do, but I wish it was cake. But it's not. It's going to be oatmeal. The other day, I had like a late night craving. I was just hungry just in general. And I ate some oatmeal. And it actually like filled me up and I felt good. I didn't feel like bad or overly alert. You know, it was nighttime, but I didn't feel like, you know, when you eat too much sugar. So oatmeal it is. So I'm going to make a batch of some steel cut oatmeal. I like the steel cut oatmeal because it's chewy. Even after you cook it, it has nice texture. And a person that I, you know, used to know, they taught me to make the steel cut oatmeal, you know, just with water or whatever. But to kind of jazz it up, you can put some blueberries, some maple syrup maybe, and some kind of plant milk. You can use dairy milk too if you want it, you know. But I'm just going to use the unsweetened soy milk. So for this soy milk, it has 3 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of that is dietary fiber. And it has 0 grams of added sugar. So yeah, and a cup of this, a whole cup. So like if you eat a bowl of oatmeal and put a half cup of this original soy dairy, non-dairy beverage milk, whatever. If you put some of this in your oatmeal and you use like half a cup, it's only 35 calories. So a whole serving size is 1 cup though. So there's 70 calories. So that's crazy to me. A whole cup of this is only 70 calories and 3 grams of carbs. So that is my food haul. And those are some of the ideas that I plan to film over the next few days. So I hope you'll join me for these upcoming videos as I, you know, transition into eating healthier and focusing on eating whole foods that are more nutritious and lower carb. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the future. Bye.